Today on Into the Ring, Out of the Box, we're taking a look at the Pirate Princess.
It's Kairi Sane from Mattel's Elite Series 73. So let's set sail and take a look at this figure.
Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Vinny, the wrestling figure historian.
And today we're taking a look at Kairi Sane from WWE Elite Series 73. So I've been waiting for Kairi Sane for quite some time. I think they first revealed this, it was during San Diego Comic-Con, I want to say? Or was it before then? Might have been Ringside Fest even. But I don't think it was that far. It might have been somewhere between there, maybe. I'm a big Kairi Sane fan. I've enjoyed a lot of her matches in Japan, and now in WWE and NXT.
And she is killing it with the Kabuki Warriors, especially once they turned heel.
Oh yeah, amazing heel, amazing face. She does everything great.
Yeah, when they did the team as faces, I was like, okay, what the hell? What are they doing? We knew it was going to happen, and this is going to be a generic Japanese team. But now it's like, ooh, especially the last few matches they've had with Becky and Charlotte.
So we got her first ever Mattel figure right here. And this is a really, really cool looking figure, like I said. So this one here is actually based on her match against Shayna Baszler at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. So quick look at the packaging again. This is the newly designed ones that we're looking at because we haven't looked at any other figures with this shape. But
and we did discover that with Aleister Black, that this is not like the old 2017 run of figures.
It's a slightly different shape, even though it's still pretty similar. So if you had any figure defenders from that era, they're not going to necessarily fit this one.
They're not going to work.
No.
So if you need a defender for your figures, you might have to wait a little bit. So
I think there's like now a generic one that fits like a bunch of different sizes, so that might be the one to get until they make a custom one for this particular era. And on the side, you can see just a quick shot of her in that outfit. We'll talk a little bit more about that once she's out of the package. There's just a lovely shot of Kairi. And the back is interesting, mostly because it's a little generic.
Yeah, compared to Aleister Black, how it described his match with Johnny Gargano, this one is just like, she's setting sail to go treasure hunting for her new title, which is like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only clue we get is that it's for a title, but, I had to do a little bit of research to figure out that it was the TakeOver match. I'm surprised that they didn't mention that anywhere on this. I feel like it's kind of important, especially for what this outfit's supposed to be from.
Yes, and also, for a brief time, Mattel was actually distinctly telling when these outfits were from and when they wore it. So we were able to find a little research and backstory to it. So
it seems like now they're kind of starting to take a few steps away from that, which is a weird decision.
I don't see that as a weird decision because, you know what? It's a double-edged sword by doing that. Yes, we get to know exactly when this figure was based off of. But then you're going to get the people that are going to nitpick the accuracy to the finest T. And, of course, Mattel can't do it all.
So you mean people like us who are going to nitpick everything to the finest T?
Basically. Well, she's in the ring. It's time to take her out of the box.
And we're back, and here is Kairi Sane out of the package. We liked her before when she was in the box, but once we took her out of the package, we clearly like her like 10 times more now.
Oh, yeah. It's... wow.
Some of the detail here is just like way unexpected, and this is just our initial look. I mean, you guys can see the back. Like, I was not expecting there to be so much happening on that robe.
No, not at all. Pictures don't do it justice because you don't see the finer details.
There's a lot of detail on this entrance robe. Now, the one thing I will kind of nitpick about a little bit is, as opposed to her actual entrance outfit, it's missing a lot of color here. Like, there should be a lot of things that should be painted. Like over here, this little part should be painted. Like all these little pouches and pocket types things, those should have paint on them. Clearly, it was a cost-cutting measure to not paint all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst. I wouldn't have minded if it was, though. It definitely would have added more points.
It would have added bang to it.
Yeah.
But this is one of the few times I will say I actually prefer that the robe is a hard rubber as opposed to a fabric, because at the same time, if they did the fabric, sure, you would have had more of the color, but you're going to lose the texture. I do agree with you. It's not a bad idea that they don't have as much paint on it.
There's a lot of texture on this robe. Her hat is really awesome, especially too, the hat, which does come off. Everything, even the paint job on this hat, it's like really great detail.
Yeah.
I mean,
like the little fringes on it and everything.
Yeah, this is a sick accessory.
There are two other accessories that do come for the entrance of Kairi Sane. We have her telescope and her captain's wheel.
And this telescope is pretty fun. So the one thing we noticed that it's one solid piece, one color, which is basically straight out of the mold. I wouldn't have minded if like this piece was painted here in the front.
The front eyeglass, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if that was painted, but it's okay that it's not, because you're not going to really see it that often.
Exactly, and you can't use it for yourself. It's too tiny.
Maybe it is. Or you could use it as a pepper shaker for other toys.
That's actually a good idea. And then Captain's Wheel, fairly basic. Doesn't have to be too glamorous.
No, but it's pretty cool that they included it. I mean, this is really full-on entrance outfit, which is really pretty sick, to be honest.
The robe is molded to fit the hand gesture of Kairi Sane's entrance.
Yeah, which is really awesome. And this is also the first time we've seen this with the rubber outfits. I guess we're going to do this right now on camera. So, normally with the rubber outfits, once they're on, they're kind of stuck in that pose.
Yeah, and looking at this, I'm like, oh God, how are you going to take that arm out?
But now Mattel has done something really smart, really clever. So this piece is actually separate from the rest of the robe, and that's why it's posed like this. And that's what they're doing now, moving ahead. There's going to be a Sasha Banks with her doing her pose as well, with, I guess, removable arms there too. So this is something new, and the way you get this off is we just basically simply twist it, and I do recommend you take the hand off. You've noticed that when we were trying this thing out. Pop the hand out first, and then this part just comes out. That's it. Boom, done.
That's very, very simple.
I guess we're going to try and get the rest of the robe off now. That's where I'm a little concerned, but because of how tiny her arm is compared to the robe. That's so puny. Because at the end of the day, it's still a super tight rubber robe. It'll get looser the more you take it on and off. But, initially out of the packaging, it's a real pain.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can take her hand off as well on that. It looks like you almost got it.
Yeah, this one you won't need the hand off. Once you get it past the elbow, there we go. But we are going to test at the end of the video how easy is it going to be to put this back on. Because generally, it's easier to put the robes on than take them off.
So a quick aside, Vinny's going to try putting the robe back on. We just thought about doing this after we shot this whole thing.
All right, first of all, hands got to come out for the elbow pad to even come off. That's number one. Now, number two, just getting her back in to make life easy. Same thing. Take the hands off.
Sage advice. To make life easy, take your hands off. I think I heard Oprah say that once. So far, it's not too bad, right?
Nope.
And I think having done this earlier off camera, I think that's going to slip right back on. You just got to be... It's like you feel like you need to be careful, but in reality, it just kind of actually slides in. Surprisingly easier than expected.
Yes, it's just you got to like wiggle it in.
Yeah, like it's a little scary, but it actually goes... Yeah, you got it on already, so yeah, it's actually not that bad.
And
We're pretty easy, which is really nice because in the past it's been a real difficult thing. But in this case
it's a lot easier. So again, just gotta make sure it snaps in when you and again you could kinda also move this, which is a nice little touch.
So I'm actually really excited for that Sasha Banks coming out soon. I can do that too.
Yeah.
Good to know.
For a solution for a problem for a lot of people, the best one.
So she's missing a hand, so I think it's time to put on two of her other accessories, which are an additional pair of hands. So I'm just going to go ahead. Actually, what I'm going to do first is there's one last accessory, and that is her elbow pad. So she can do the insane elbow.
See, and now that's another issue of a rubber robe. If a wrestler has an elbow pad underneath, you can't put the elbow pad on. We've seen that with the old Bret Harts from Ringside Exclusives that came with his jacket, that they did not include any elbow pads, and Bret Hart always wrestled in elbow pads.
Yep. So there she is with her elbow pad on, and look, it's even got a design on it too. Like, that's so cool.
That is cool, but I'm like looking at that elbow pad for her arm. That elbow pad is super, super thick.
Yeah,
compared to her arm.
It is very thick. I'm not going to argue at that point. That's, I guess, to show because it is a thick elbow pad on her. It's not like one of the smaller ones I've seen other people wear.
Good point.
That is a buff pad, but it's not nearly as buff as this.
And then again, it's a rubber pad, so it's going to be a little bit thicker. So
check it out. Your butt says Kairi Sane.
That I did not see.
Yeah,
okay, the detail on the paint job on the outfit is pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly simple outfit, but not that simple. But it's a really good paint job, and I got to say the likeness on her too. We haven't really talked about that yet.
No, we haven't talked about that yet. So, which we will. But I'm even looking at the detailing on her boots, the knee pads. It's pretty nice.
It's Really, really good.
I must say.
And I'll add, I've been buying a few female figures lately, and I noticed, for whatever reason, whenever I've gotten female elites to take them out of the box, their joints are always loose. I don't know what's been going on with that. But Kairi here, no, there's none of that problem going on. Everything is actually pretty stiff out of the box.
So that could be just like maybe a quality control issue.
Maybe. It was weird it was only women figures that it was affecting, but this one there's no problem here whatsoever. But there's great stuff all over, boots, knee pads, tights. This is just a, wow.
Yeah. Now let's get on to the appearance. Again, the True Effects model on these figures are just super insane. And how, again, this looks just like her.
Yeah. It's a really amazing face sculpt. You can see in her hair, too. She's even got the little, I don't really know what to call it, but
the little braids. And...
Yeah, the little braids that are going on both sides. I mean, you can unfortunately see a really big mold line on that, so that is a little fugly. But at the end of the day, this is a mass-produced figure.
Again, that you can't do nothing about. Like you just said, these are mass-produced.
Yeah, that's really not a big deal for me. Like there's far more egregious things we can see in these figures.
Yeah, like the paint jobs being blotched, and
exactly.
We've had those before too.
We've had some real rough ones.
Yeah.
Overall, this one's pretty clean. I mean, there might be a little bit of schmutz on a boot over here. There might be a few bits and pieces, but
then again, it's a white attire.
Exactly.
Like that, it's gonna get dirty.
Oh yeah, white stuff especially.
So this is where, if you're a loose collector, you better have it in a very clean and secluded place, because this figure will get dirty very quick.
And if you got kids who play with their toys, this will get scratched
destroyed
up really
very fast.
Yeah.
Even speaking of the hands, I actually find it cool how it's like the fingernails and everything is painted too.
Yeah, she's got blue fingernails.
Yeah.
Really nice. Like it's all the little fine details of her that really make this figure stand out. And there's a lot of them. From the robe to the knee pads to the paint jobs.
From the elbow pad
to the fingernails.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a really, really nicely done figure. I must give Mattel that.
So. I said in the Aleister Black video that Elite 73 is like one of the best of the year in terms of series. Again, this is the reason why I think that's one of the best lines we had in 2019, because this is just such a good figure. Yeah, everything about it.
It is. I got to go back to the robe now.
The robe is amazing.
Well, even on the inside. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's even detail on the inside and the molding of the inside. You could tell now Mattel is really caring about their figures.
Yeah. They made a lot of improvements over the years.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference from when Jakks were making the figures, where you could tell the figure's quality was just going downhill towards the end. Mattel is getting better and better, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't they just sign a 10-year deal with WWE again?
Some really long-term extension, yeah.
Which, you know what? Smart move.
Yeah.
If this is what they're going to give us, keep it that way.
Mattel has both the collectors and the kids in mind, which looks really great about them. You know,
yes.
Like they've got both markets covered in so many ways.
Oh, yeah. Especially now with the Masters of the Universe coming out, which is, again, for both of them. They've had the Ghostbusters line. They did the retros, which was for like people like us that grew up with them. Mattel is just doing overall a great job.
It's been a good year for Mattel.
Very good year. And you know what? I can't wait for 2020 to see what they got for us.
Yeah, so on that note, that's our look at Kairi Sane from Elite Series 73. We love her. And apparently this is our Happy New Year to Mattel or something. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, we're just really excited for what they got next year.
But now let's sail away.
Yes. So I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny, the wrestling figure historian.
And thanks for watching this episode of Into the Ring Out of the Box. We'll see you guys next time with some more wrestling figure reviews. Ahoy, mateys! Or is that more of a John Cena thing?
Oh, well, whatever.
See, the John Cena of the skies.
There you go.